What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony. Today is the Q&A. It is Friday. I would say it was a long week, but it wasn't. So it just feels like it, you know? I hope everyone had a great Christmas if you celebrate Christmas and continue to have a happy holiday season. And today I'm wearing my Oris Big Crown Pointer Date on this brand new green Cordura and then rubber strap. I just got it. I literally just put this strap on this watch like 5 minutes ago. So I just got it. So I think it looks a whole lot better than that deer strap that it comes with. I mean, I like that strap, but it doesn't suit this watch as much as I think the green. So, but we'll see. So anyway, if for those of you who might be new subscribers or don't know, every Friday we have a Q&A. And if you'd like to participate in the Q&A, all you have to do is leave your questions in the comment below. So just go to the comment below, type Q&A and your question, and it'll be featured. Or just type your question, and we'll feature it for one of the upcoming Q&As. So on that note, let's roll the intro, and we'll get into the Q&A. Talking Timepieces with Tony, now rolling.
You're talking timepieces with Tony. You're talking timepieces with Tony.
Alrighty. Hi, Paco. Come on up and say hello. Why don't you? Paco, look over there. Look over there. See that? These are my viewers. Say hi, Paco. Say hi, Paco. You guys love Paco, I know. Anyway, hi, Paco. We're gonna do some Q&As, okay? Do you want to read the first question? First question, 458V8. Hi, Tony. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hi to Paco and Uku. Paco and Uku. They say hi. What do you think about the Rolex Oyster Perpetual color dials? For example, the candy pink 36 millimeter. How difficult do you think it is to get one of these from the AD? Also, do you think the candy pink will be discontinued? Thank you, Tony. Yeah, I mean, I like the color dials. I have a blue one. The turquoise one, I was on the list. I say list. I asked Juan that I want the 36 millimeter turquoise because that's all they make it in now. But then I changed my mind. Actually, when I was in Bindi buying this, I just told him not to bother just because I'm not wearing the 36 millimeters anymore. So, but the pink, and then there was the yellow. Remember the mustard yellow? That was pretty cool. That was discontinued. The red, the coral red, I think that was that discontinued, or do they still have that? But the pink is available, and you're saying 36 millimeter. How hard is it to get? The 36 millimeter is going to be easier to get than the 41, but I still think it's going to be pretty difficult. You know, those, I don't know how many of those they make, but you just got to ask your AD and then talk to them, and then, you know, ask them how long they think it might be. Do I think it's going to be discontinued? You know, that's one of those things. You know, nobody knows what's going to be discontinued, what's going to happen. You know, that there's always rumors that go around. Okay, the Pepsi, that was for 2 years, I believe. People 100% it's getting discontinued. I've got a great source. I know someone who works for Rolex. I had dinner with the CEO of Rolex. You know, things like that, man. People say these things, and I know for a fact. And it's just like, no, you don't. You know, I don't know. You know, I really don't know. I couldn't answer that, man. But I mean, if I wanted to take a guess, I'd say yeah, but you know. And then also the celebration dial, that's another one that's kind of quirky, but you know, either way, man, best of luck on that. This next one comes from UMQ5147. Happy almost New Year, Tony. Well, happy almost New Year. Recently bought the Rolex DayDate Everose Oscar Gray Ombre dial and love it now. And love it. Now I'm thinking of getting the punctuation, people. Sorry, man. Okay, so let me start again. Recently bought the Rolex DayDate Everose Oscar Gray Ombre dial, and I love it. Now I'm thinking of getting the yellow DayDate with the green Ombré dial. Your thoughts on our Ombré dial, and if you had to choose, would you get the yellow gold green dial or the Ombré green? Wow, man. That Everose gray dial is like stunning, dude. And I'll take the rose gold over yellow gold any day. But that being said, the what are you looking at? The yellow DayDate with the green ombre dial is really sick too. Deconstructed numerals, Roman numerals. It's a sick watch, man. And if I had my choice, would I get the yellow gold green dial or the ombre green? You know, I guess if you're gonna look at it, I think the ombre green. If you're gonna go out and just do it, man, the ombre green dial is, it's pretty flashy, man. So I might do that one. But really, if I had my specific choice of either one, I'd take the gray dial with the rose gold any day of the week, man. And however, that's not even my favorite DayDate. So, but if you got that watch, that's sick. And if you can do the other one, that's doubly sick. That's the cherry on the top or more, whatever you want to call it. So congratulations, man. And that's awesome, man. That's two awesome watches, dude. So yeah, thanks, man. This next one comes from Metagirl. Hey, Tony, when people comment that they hear Rolex don't keep good time, do you think they just don't understand how automatic watches work? Do you think people don't really understand the difference between quartz, manual winding, etc.? I hope your back is doing better. I know Paco and Uku are being good kitties. Thank you. Uku and Paco are always good kitties for the most part. This does happen where I get comments where people say, I've got 6 Rolex and they all keep shitty time, things like that. And my answer to that is, no, you don't. There's the thing. Okay, so the thing is, man, because my whole thing is if you've bought one and it doesn't work properly and it's not functioning properly, and then you bought another one and did the same thing, then why do you keep buying them? You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If you buy them on the secondary market and they're not keeping good time, take them to Rolex to get serviced. They need a service if they're not working properly. Simple as that. Or at least a good watchmaker that can get that watch running properly. Do I think they don't understand how automatic watches work? Okay, so there's 2 parts to that, because a lot of people that do the complaining about the Rolexes and everything like that are people that are just generally either haters or don't ever have Rolex. This is where all the Omega fans come out and start talking a bunch of shit, saying how Rolex sucks and Omega rules and all that garbage, man. And then I have to say that there are people that get these watches that aren't watch people like you and me, that are total geeks about watches. And sometimes they'll get a watch and they don't understand that you have to wind it if you don't wear it, or even if you wear it and just partially, you have to wind it, because generally if you wind the watch full and then you wear the watch for a number of days, the power reserve is not going to stay at 100%. It's going to gradually go down. Then you put that watch down, go to bed, wake up, and then the watch stops, and people wonder why it doesn't happen, why it's not running. So if it's not, I do blame some representatives that sell Rolex that don't thoroughly explain how automatic watches work, because it's kind of like if you go to a car dealership and you buy a brand new car, but you don't know any of the features and how it works, and the sales guy's like, I don't know, good luck, get the fuck out of here, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, read the manual, dude, So there's that aspect of it. But I find that people that comment, are generally just people that are trying to get a rise out of you. You know what I mean? And it's mostly negative. So I don't really pay too much attention to it, because it's a real simple solution. You know what I mean? If your watch isn't running, learn how the watch works. And if there's an issue with it, it's not keeping good time, then time to get it serviced. My 14060M is running slightly faster than COSC certification. So I'm going to get it serviced. I'm just got to take the time to do it, So anyway, I appreciate your comment. Thanks, or your question. This next one comes from Gospizana. Hi, Tony. If you had to start your watch journey all over again and had to keep it at 3 watches, which ones would you choose? Merry Christmas and have a rockin' 25. Thanks, man. Merry Christmas to you, and I hope you have a great 2025. If I had to keep 3 watches only, I would keep first I would keep my Zenith Pilot. That's the staple, man. That's the watch I've worn the most. I would keep probably my Submariner. And shoot, I gotta look to see what else I got. Walk over to my watch box here. Yeah, and then let's see, I got my Zenith, my Rolex Submariner, and I would keep my Cartier Pasha, the blue dial one. That way I would have the Rolex as a dive watch, the Zenith as a pilot watch, and then the Cartier as also a dress watch and whatever kind of everyday watch I would have, So if you guys that are watching this had the same question, what 3 watches would you hang on to in your collection? Let me know. All right, thanks for your question, man. I appreciate it. Next one comes from Casa 1000. Hey, man, sucks to hear about your back. I know, right? Hang in there. I'm doing it. We're all rooting for you. I appreciate it. I know you tend to buy your watches new from an AD with the warranty, but I know you did something different with your 14060M. Will you be dipping into NeoVintage more in 2025? I'm thinking about to pull the trigger on a Polar 16570. Feel better soon, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know what? That goes with a question that I got from my buddy Al, which I have over here, which I'm saving to do a video on, regarding pretty much the similar subject. So I'm going to try to put these two together, and when I get time to do the video, as far as that goes, yeah, because I've bought so many new watches, right? And I've gotten everything I've wanted and then some, that there's really kind of, in a sense, I wouldn't say nowhere else for me to go, because I have a major regret selling my Vacheron Constantin, and there's a few other watches I want, but I am starting to look at more vintagey, more, I would say, neo vintage as opposed to just straight old vintage. You know what I mean? The sub is so comfortable. Okay, so for those of you who have the 14060, and if you've been lucky enough to have the 124060 or a modern sub, or even a new GMT Master 2 or whatever, and then you try this on, it is so much more comfortable than all those watches. My sales rep over at Bindi, I let him try this on last week, and he was like, "Oh my God, why is it so much more comfortable?" And I was trying to explain to him about the maxi case, the bracelet, things like that. It's just a more comfort. I think it's just a better designed watch in a sense. Now, I think the bracelets are better on the newer ones, of course, but I think there's something to say about the vintage and the neo vintage ones as well. So I don't know. I'm going to do a video on that, man. But I appreciate your question. Let's see. Let's see. Future. Have you ever seen a watch? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Bear with me for a minute, because I think I just put your question down before. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm like losing it, dude. Or I've lost it. This is from Tempting Fate 759. If you need to take some time off for your health, you should. We will all stay subscribed. I appreciate that, man, but I don't want to take time off because I like being on schedule, a bit of a workaholic, you know what I mean? So thank you, though. A future question. Have you ever seen a watch in photographs and on YouTube that looks perfect, yet when you see it in person, it doesn't work? I met with my AD and was shown their GMT Batman. I love the watch, but since I need reading glasses now, I literally cannot read the GMT time hand due to its size and contrast. The watch is beautiful, but if you can't read the time, it just doesn't work. I know what you mean, man. I can feel your pain there. Any alternatives that might be more legible, i.e. GMT? Yeah, I mean, the Rolex Explorer 2, you like the Polar. It's the 226570. If you're stuck on a GMT, That would be a great watch to have because the GMT hand is orange, over a white dial. So you should be able to see that. I get it with the GMT Master 2. I have reading glasses and I have distance glasses, but I'm not that concerned so much with the GMT time because it's, I don't, like, for instance, I have it set 2 hours ahead. I actually have it set to Nashville time, I don't need that anyway. I have to look at my watch and go, all right, yeah, it's 6 o'clock, there. But if I was, like, say, talking about, like, say, somewhere in Europe, and I really needed to know what time it was at a glance, like a watch, then yeah, I'd be concerned about that, man. So try the Polar Explorer 2, man. It's a nice looking watch. Thanks for your question, dude. This one comes from Derek Brettel8121. Hi, Tony. Merry Christmas. When it comes. Well, it's already here and past, so Merry Christmas to you, and I hope you had a good one. Here's my question. What's your thoughts on the Explorer 2 Polar? I'm considering adding one to my sub, No Date, and GMT Master Root Beer. Well, there you go, man. It's funny how this works, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's a great watch. It's not my type of watch. However, I say that. But I've never really tried one on. I'm just looking at aesthetically. I think there's more pleasing watches to look at. But if I tried one on, and I could fall in love with that watch. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude, if you dig it, then go for it, man. Thanks for your question, dude. Ohio River Corridor 6429. Tony, great channel, and always appreciate your comments and insights on a variety of brands. Thanks, dude. Question. You have the opportunity to put together your band of dreams, deceased musicians, those you have played with or would have enjoyed playing with, for one last performance. At the end of the evening, you gift each member a watch from your personal collection. Who would be in your band? Which personal watch would you gift and why? Dude, that's an excellent question, but I don't know if I can answer that. You know what I mean? Because it really just depends on what position I would play in the band. You know what I mean? If I was just the guitar player and had to get a singer, and you say deceased, they have to be dead. Do they have to be dead? Or musicians I've played with, I don't know. I've never thought about it because it's not like I don't have that sort of dream band. I think if I was going back to the 80s, as when I was just playing guitar and not as a singer-songwriter, just a guitar player, like my dream gig would have been playing with Ozzy Osbourne. And I actually had the chance to audition because I had a friend who was a close friend of Tony Dennis, who was Ozzy's personal assistant. Then I met Tony. Tony's like, I'll get you an audition this next week. And this is when Zakk Wylde had left the band for a period of time. And then eventually Joe Holmes got the gig. But instead of following up, I decided not to because I have close friends that were friends with Randy Rhoads, and they're like, no, don't play with Ozzy. There's too many. I don't know. It was this weird thing and a weird time in my life, and I thought, fuck it. Or if it would have really gone, go back to David Lee Roth back when Steve Vai was in the band, and replacing Steve Vai would have been awesome. But I don't really have a dream band for myself, and maybe if I thought about it a little more, I would like. If I was just a guitar player, who would I have singing? I don't know. I think maybe Scott Weiland vocals. I honestly couldn't answer. And then gifting someone a watch, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I gift watches all the time. I do give watches away, but I don't know what I would give to. I'm dragging this out, bro. I just don't know. So I appreciate your question, man. I really have to think more about it. And thanks, though. Sensible 202. How do dress when go into Rolex? Well, you can dress however you want to dress, man. Nowadays, some people say, look, dude, this is what I wear, man. This is what I've worn from the day one to, going in. I live in LA. It's, not as conservative. I mean, it's the impression you make, not so much how you dress. And I guess it would be more like that many years ago, but I don't think so now. And it depends where you're at. It doesn't sound like you're from America, dude. But then again, I know some people in America who speak like that. But no, I just, crank casual. If it bothers you, and you feel that you do need to dress up, don't dress up in a suit and tie, man. Just dress casual, man. Put some jeans on and put a polo shirt on or something, and just make the impression, because your clothes aren't what's going to sell the sales rep on allocating you a watch. It's your personality, right? So think of it like that. But thanks for your question, dude. Next one comes from UMQ5147. Your channel is awesome, Tony. Thanks. I appreciate that. Question: I have over a dozen Rolex and keep the boxes in a safe. Should I keep paying for the safe or just keep the empty boxes in my closet? I keep the watches somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be paying to just store boxes, dude. And if your watches are somewhere else anyway, then put them in your closet if you got room, dude. You know what I mean? There's no point in spending the money if you don't need to. A dozen Rolex, that's cool. Thanks for your question, man. This comes from Yeehaw94. Hi, Tony. Thanks for the vids. You're welcome. Nick here from Montreal. Here's my question for next Friday. I am currently very interested in the 14060M, the same sub you have. Being an older watch, you obviously can't get it from the AD. That being said, I would have to get it on the gray market, which kind of stresses me out with all the fakes out there. What's your purchasing experience like, and did you do anything to guarantee its authenticity? All the best and happy holidays. Dude, I feel your pain, man. That's one that I sort of preach myself as saying, hey, man, you just got to be really careful and know the people you're dealing with. I bought my 14060M from an authorized Rolex dealer, but they sell pre-owned but not certified pre-owned. And so I had to trust that, you know, that there's nothing that's been doctored in that watch, you know. Another reason why I want to have it serviced at Rolex. But, you know, so based off of that, and I've done business with that place before, that I feel fairly confident, you know what I mean? Like places like Grand Caliber with that, I can't remember the dude's name, but he was partners with that other dude that's in jail now. I mean, I wouldn't ever touch a watch from them. Never. You know, that guy changes dials like it's nothing, and even says it on the air when he's talking. I mean, I haven't watched his channel in a long time, but he used to sit there and go, oh, we'll just change the dial in that one. And once you do that, man, now you've got a fake Rolex. Simple as that. Rolex won't touch it. So you have to be really careful, man. So just find, you know, legit companies that have great reviews, and, you know, ask what their warranty is. If you buy the watch, what the return policy is. Once you get the watch, and if you have any doubts, take it and see if you get it serviced. You might have to spend a little extra money, dude, but that's all I can say, man. So I appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate it if you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.